There was a saying that I watched someone say. And what they said was having the life that you want or having your new life is going to cost you your old one. And I also heard, I don't know if it was the same person, they said that everything comes with a price. There's everything you want, everything that you want to accomplish. You can't want to do big things and like out of the ordinary type of things and expect to not have people get in your ass, get be stay on you, because you asked your spirits for something. You asked your spirit squad for something. You ask your people. I just realized, oh, you asked your people for something. I thought my book was upside down. It was funny. Sorry, but I digress. You asked your spirits for something, and there's a price for it. They're not going to just give it to you. You want to do things that no one, either your age or no one, not no one, very few your age or very few of your family members are doing it. You have to understand there's a price for that. There's a loneliness that they're just starting to talk about when it comes to success, because gone are the days where people are like, oh yeah, she was nobody today, and today, look at her. It's an overnight sensation. There is no such thing. There's no such thing. You have to put in the work. And the thing is, a lot of people be like, well, it only took me 6 months. You believe it only took you 6 months, but you don't remember the years of preparation for it to connect and land in 6 months. You wanted that, you asked for that decades ago or years ago, and now they orchestrated stuff for it to land where it's supposed to. But what I learned in my come up and what I'm going through is that they're going to be people around you that the spirit actually uses to get you where you need to be, whether it feels good or if it feels bad. And I hate to say this, like I hate to say this, because I remember saying to my spirit team one time, you could have just sent me nice people and people just be nice to me and speak nicely to me and I would have moved. No, I wouldn't have. Now that I'm old enough in the spirit and in the physical to understand who I was, if I knew when I was in my 20s what I know now about myself, I would be a monster. I would be a monster. I would be a monster. I was a monster in my 20s because I was just talking to people any which way I felt like. I didn't have no rhyme or reason. There was no reasoning for what I did. I would just speak off the cuff. Don't care how it lands, what it, and people did not like it. I lost friends. This is probably why I don't have friends now. I lost friends, family members, and all this other stuff because it's like you don't know how to talk to people. You got to talk to people better, and then you can't treat people like that. You got to do better. And what happened to me was school was open and I was around a lot of people who constantly was telling me I was doing shit wrong. Constantly telling me that this isn't right, Keisha. That's not right, Keisha. I it was so bad. I got tired of hearing my name. I hated my name. Just recently, in the past probably 2 years, I started liking hearing my name or liking my actual name. You know, before, oh my god, it was always like, oh, Keisha. It was that sound, and I was just like, oh, what the what did I do now? What did I do that you believe I shouldn't have done? What is it? And the funny thing was, or is, that at the time I couldn't see it. I could not see that they were trying to help me. They just didn't, they were helping me the way my spirit team told them to. Seriously. Because like some of the people I married, I wasn't even supposed to go on a date with that person. And I know it because the spirits kept trying to move it out the way. But me and my hard-headedness, I went and did what I wanted to do. You know, beautiful kids, but hey, anywho, it's like people are not going to always tell you you're great. Dude, I'm great. And people still don't always tell me I'm great. People are going to tell you, you need to do this better. You need to do that better. You need to do this better. And let me help you. When no one is talking to you and telling you what you're doing wrong, that is a problem. Because then you're just doing stuff and either people are avoiding you, talking behind your back, or just like, you know what, I'm cutting this person completely off. You understand? You have to be careful with that always wanting people to just say nice things. You don't want that either. You don't want that either, because you can't tell the real people from the fake people. And what I realized, even you, granted, you got to take it with a grain of salt, because sometimes people don't like their life and they try to just shit on you. Does that make sense? That's not, remember what I told you, we're not dealing with those people anymore. Those people who use these things to manipulate us, hurt us, and do dumb shit with us, that is not who we're talking about anymore. We're not talking about those people. We're talking about the people who we know are here for our highest good. The people who have been proven that they care about you. They care about what happens to you. They care about your life, what it's going on with you. These are the people I'm talking about. I'm not talking about these people. These people, if you're watching me, you have either started to get these people out of your life and you're going through the pruning process, or you already done and your throne room is almost empty, if not empty. Those are the people that I'm talking to. You cleaned out, you did the work. You cleaned out you cleaned out your space. You cleaned out yourself. You brought your energy back to yourself. And now you're bringing in and calling in people who are for your highest good. Not, or for whatever it is that you need to get. These are the people that are going to help you get it in one way or another. But if you do not listen to wisdom, you are a fool. You have to listen to wisdom. Not to pull it from the Bible, but a fool rejects knowledge. A wise man takes the knowledge, uses it, and becomes wiser. Do you understand? But if every time someone, I said this in a video before, if every time someone tells you something that you should work on, you get offended, you are not growing the way you believe that you are growing. Because if you're sitting around going, oh, I'm tired of everybody getting on my case, are you a kid or are you a grown woman or a grown man? If you're a kid, I understand why you act like that, because you don't know no better. But if you're a grown man or a grown woman and you're telling me, oh, everybody's always telling me I'm doing stuff wrong, are they right? And then you're like, no, they're not right. You know, I can't sit still. No, they're not right. They're not right. If more than one, no, if three people tell you the same thing, especially within a certain time frame, your spirits are trying to talk to you and they're trying to tell you something, and it's something for you to look at. People kept telling me, I don't like the way you talk to me. And I was, so what are you talking about? Stop being so soft. Stop being a little bitch. Yeah, man up. And I realized, okay, there's a time and a place for things, and there's a way to talk to people, and there's a way not to talk to people. And I'm still learning that, and it's like, especially when I get annoyed. When I get annoyed with stuff, it's very, I'm a Scorpio. You understand? I'm a Scorpio, Sun, Aries rising, and a Capricorn moon. So if you piss me off, I am learning and practicing not to unload and unleash. And that's why it is so funny when people go to me, oh, you're being rude. Bitch, you haven't seen me rude. This is the heel version of me. Girl, oh my God, this is the healed version of me that is like, I can actually hear my spirit team and the people I'm connected to and all that other stuff. And then they're like, Keisha, chill out. Too far, too far. And I'm like, okay. And I've learned to pull punches. I was landing all my punches. And I made sure and then once I learned communication and how to actually communicate without cursing and all that head bopping and all that stuff, it was ridiculous. I was like the father on Scandal. I would go into my monologues and stuff and just tear you apart. But I realized that's not the type of person I want to be. I need to be able to diffuse conflict without leaving blood all over the floor, is what my old boss used to say. He was like, you're so good at what you do, but you leave so much blood all over the floor. And I was just like, what? They came for me. What you want me to tell you? And it's like, but then I met Preston. I met Preston, my last boss. I met him and he was like, come here, relax. He was like, you gotta relax. So it's like, he gave me criticism. He gave me constructive criticism. He gave me constructive criticism, and he made me see, okay, there might be a better way for me to do this. And it might be an easier way to do this. And I might get along with people a lot better if I do it this way. And because people were scared of me. And I was like, I don't know. I'm a dog. I don't understand why you're scared of me. I'm adorable. How could you be scared of me? And it's like, people were like, oh, we're terrified of Keisha. I was like, why? And the funny thing is, some of the people who were terrified of me and I found that they were scared of me, I was like, I don't even talk to you. Like, how are you scared of me? I don't even know you. I don't know you, bro. So I didn't understand. But looking back on it, my reputation precedes me, and it's like, and your reputation precedes you. So I've been on a marketing campaign to restructure that for the last 4 years, and I'm doing pretty good. And people, bitches be trying, and every so often I got to come out of retirement, but I have done my best to try to retire the person who just goes off the cuff and not care about how what I'm saying lands. I can't be that person. I can't be the person that just says stuff and the person told me before, I don't like when you do that, and I'll do it again. I don't do the same mistake twice. I really don't, especially when it comes to somebody's emotions or their boundaries or something like that. I just put a protocol in place and just move forward. If you say you don't like something, why the hell would I keep doing it? If you said that you rather me do this than that, I'm gonna do this than that. That's just how I am. But to get back on topic, not everyone is going to always say that you're doing a great job. Not everyone is going to always say that you're moving through life perfectly. That's just how you grow. You grow by the people around you caring enough about you to say, hey, don't do that. Like, that doesn't land the way you think it does. And for me, I've gotten to a point where it kind of worries me because I really don't have people telling me, Keisha, I don't like this. Keisha, I don't like that. I don't really have that. And it worries me because I'm like, okay, are people like not telling me and I'm really like messing up and you don't tell me I'm messing up? But the beauty of me is I have my spirit team to tell me, so they telling me that shit all the goddamn time. They tell me that shit all the goddamn time. They're like, don't do that. Them between them and Tabby, it's like, you could have did that better. And I'm like, damn, and I fix it. But you have to understand that life is lived in stages and moments, and there might be a stage in your life where everybody's like, you're not doing it, you're not doing what I need you to be doing. You first have to weed out the people and keep them separate. You cannot lump people in who really don't care about you and really don't care about what goes on with you. They just want you to be positioned a certain way so you can help them. And people who actually want to see you do well. You have to separate the two of those. You can't have those two together because they'll blur your vision. and you'll start thinking that everyone is just talking out the ass and they don't really know what they're talking about. I taught you how to notice and know who to listen to. If the person who's talking to you really doesn't do anything that you do, and they don't even have control over their emotions and their life, don't listen to that person. You know what I'm saying? Listen to them because it might be your spirits trying to talk through them. Does that make sense? Listen to what they have to say, hear them out, and then just discard whatever it is. Whatever you know, nah, like I said to someone, it's like a naked man in the street telling you, I don't like your shirt. You don't have no clothes on. You understand? So it's like those type of people you don't sit and listen to. Now, if the person who's telling you, hey, tighten this up because I've been there and it doesn't work the way that you think it's going to work. Just tweak it, fix it for yourself. And there you can see that they're where you either they're level to level with you or they're higher than you. And if they're like, yo, make, like, there was a person that I used to talk to, and they were like, make videos. And I was just like, George, I don't want to make videos. He was one of my drivers. He was like, I was like, George, he was like, no, you talk a lot. And the funny thing is, he told me I talk a lot. And he was like, you talk a lot. You need to have a podcast. And I was just like, what do you mean? I don't want to do a podcast. It's a lot of work. And he was like, so he pretty much, it was so funny because he pretty much told me, stop being lazy. You know what I'm saying? He was like, stop being lazy. And every time George saw me, he was like, did you start the podcast? Did you start the podcast? I was like, Jesus Christ, George. And if I didn't weed him out from these people and these people, I would have been offended with what he was saying to me. But what he was saying wasn't offensive. Him telling me stop being lazy, or roundabout telling me stop being lazy, that wasn't offensive. That was wisdom. Does that make sense? I feel that people keep mixing up someone giving you a gift of wisdom with someone just giving you their trauma. They don't want you to succeed for whatever traumatic reason, or they don't feel that you can do it for whatever traumatic reason that's in their life, so they give you that. You have to be able to understand the difference. You have to understand the difference when someone is giving you wisdom and when someone is giving you shit. You understand? Because if you don't, someone will be giving you wisdom and you'll be like, I don't want that. And then you wonder why you keep having the same people tell you, yo, you're fucking up. You understand? You're messing up in this area. And you have to understand there are multiple areas of life. There is multiple areas of life in little micro lives and all this other stuff. There is so much. So you could, and I can tell you from experience, you could be killing it in that area. But in this area, you need a lot of work. Does that make sense? Like, I am killing it, creating decks, creating books, and creating all this other stuff. I got a whole bunch of stuff, painting murals and all this other stuff. I now know that, oh my God, I'm killing it in that area. Selling it, a whole different ball game. Marketing it, that is a whole different area of life. Does that make sense to you? It's a whole different area of life. So I'm doing great over here, but now I gotta knuckle up and start learning this the same way I learned that. And this is painful because this is not fun. It's not fun starting something you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to sell. I hate selling. But it makes no sense to make stuff for your students and the world, and you don't give it to anyone. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. That's not what it's meant for. And my spirits are on my ass with it. You understand? And it's just like, and you feel like you're failing, but you're not failing. And if you are failing, that's good. You know what doesn't work. I did stuff when it came to selling, and I knew it didn't work because I didn't have buckets. I didn't have the things that I needed. And one of my friends got on my ass, and they were like, yo, you gotta organize this and put this where this needs to be. You're all over the place. You got to stop this. And when they got on me, I wasn't like, oh, what the hell? No, I took it as wisdom. And I'm like, okay, they're not wrong. That's the first thing you need to ask yourself before you ask who's telling me this. You need to ask yourself, are they right? And not be like, oh, my life is great. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because people don't give advice on stuff for the most part when you don't need something tweaked. I'm not, like I said, I'm not talking about these people over here. I'm talking about these people over here. If you are killing the game, you'll start seeing the right people, of course, start asking you how you did it. Like, how did you, like, I've had people ask me, how did you make book? How did you publish book? Are you with a publishing house? I'm like, no, I just published my own book. Why am I giving something, like, if that's the case, I'm going to just do it myself, and then be, oh, like, I don't like your book. Okay. I don't like you either. So it's like, I publish it myself, but I'm not an author, because there's a lot of people that's your whole business. That's not my bag. It's not my bag. So that's for somebody else, but that's not my bag. So I can self-publish because it's not my bag. I have my bag secured in something else so I can go play. This is just me playing and sharing what I learned with the world. That's it. But now everybody's getting on me talking about you need to move into this arena. And I'm like, what arena? And they're yelling at me about that. Not yelling, but they're getting on me about that. And it's like, if I was who I was decades ago, if I was that person now, I would be like, oh, no one has faith in me. They can't see what I see. And it's just like, no, what I need you to understand is people do see the big picture. It's like, you'll be like, oh, they don't see the whole picture of that is me. No, they do. That's why they're trying to help you. If they couldn't see the bigger picture, they wouldn't tell you shit. Like I said, I'm not talking about these people over here. I'm talking about these people over here. These are the people who the spirits are sending to you to help. Like that whole, I'm not gonna kill you and do the man in the boat scenario. But those who know what I'm talking about with the man in the boat scenario. And not on the boat, on the roof scenario. And he was talking to God. You understand what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I'm gonna do it myself, when he, she, whatever you call it, is sending you people to help you. Now, what I need you to understand is there are times that, and I can speak from my own experience, there are times where the spirit cannot move you to where you are making things and making things happen and getting certain things and stuff like that until you clean out your emotions, until you structure the way you talk, until you structure how you move through life. They have to fix that first. The spirit goes in stages. And you might be circling that mountain for like decades and just circling it and being like, I don't understand. And then you have little success here and little success here. But deep down inside, this little trickle shit is not what's supposed to be happening. You could feel it, but it's happening because the spirit's trying to make you a good steward over a little bit. Do you understand? Think about it. If no one can tell you nothing and you don't have any money now and you don't have anything going on now and you don't regulate yourself now, the spirit is not going to give you more because it's going to kill you. You understand? It's going to kill you. You're going to implode, and it's going to fuck up the mission. So what they're going to do is going to keep having you go around that mountain, and they're going to keep sending people to tell you the same thing different ways until you freaking get it. Until you get, okay, God, okay, whatever you call it. Okay, what are you trying to show me? What's the lesson? What is the lesson? I was yelling at this afternoon. What the hell is this lesson? And they're like, you have to learn. For my lesson is you have to learn not to throw people away. That they were like, Like you, I swear to God, they said this to me. Like you always say, it's not these people anymore. It's these people. These people come with their own issues. They come with their own trauma. They come with their own triggers. They come with their own stuff. Just because they're good people and they're good for you doesn't mean that they don't have issues. We all do. We all, as perfect as I am, we all have issues. We all have issues that we're working on. But the difference is these people are doing it on purpose or they're not even working on themselves. These people are trying their best not to do it, and they're working on not doing it. They're practicing different techniques and different things on how to actually work with people and help others. That's who I'm talking about. These people, they're not going to always say it right. They're not going to always remember. They're not going to always do, but they will. They will, especially because the spirit is talking to them as much as the spirit's talking to you. But if you are deaf to what the spirit is saying, you're going to keep going around that mountain, and you're going to be like, I don't understand why people treat me like this. And then it turns into I don't understand why people treat me like this. And it's like, you gotta woman up. You gotta man up. You gotta understand that you asked for things. You asked to heal the world. You asked to be able to be a philanthropist and just give people shit. Buy people homes, buy people cars. You asked for that. That type of money comes with responsibility, and it comes with a price. It comes with a price. You want things and properties and music and like fucking whatever, mega empires. That comes with a price. It's hard. I need you to get this. This is hard. This is not easy. It doesn't feel good all the time. One thing I can honestly tell you, this doesn't feel good all the time. There are times that I'm sitting here going, show me the contract that I signed, because this is insane. And it's like, it's not always going to be easy. But one thing I have learned to stop doing is expecting it to be easy. Because when I used to expect it to be easy, I used to get really upset when it got hard. And I used to be like, people are just supposed to be nice to me. Why aren't they nice to me? No, your team is trying to teach you something. One is probably trying to teach you everyone is not nice. And then two, sometimes your team is trying to teach you, stop fucking hanging out with that person. That's not the person for you. Stop doing this. Stop over giving. There's a giving and there's an over giving. When you overdo anything, it's not healthy. You can eat apples, but if you overeat apples, you're going to get sick. Doesn't matter what it is. If you drink too much water, you will drown. If you no, but seriously, if you drink too much water, that's not good for you either. Your body can only take but so much. But if you overdo it, just like over exercising, if you overdo it, you can get hurt. So it's just like, maybe they're trying to teach you now that this is not how you do that. You got to work on pulling back and giving just the overflow. Just the overflow. Since retrograde started, I told y'all about that. Since retrograde started, it gets shaky sometimes for me, because sometimes I try and I still get caught up in it. And I'm still practicing, and I'm still working on. I am not here to rescue anyone. I am here to help. If I feel something, then I'll ask. If not, I got my own shit. I got my own shit going on. I got my own shit that I'm doing, and people don't always ask me about it either. So it's kind of like, you have to find your footing. You have to find your footing, and you have to understand, if people are telling you stuff, good people are telling you stuff that you should work on, and that, did you ever think about it this way instead of thinking about it that way, especially if the way you were thinking about it is from a negative perspective. Just take the wisdom. Take the wisdom. And the thing is, like I used to tell a couple of friends of mine, you put it in your pocket. You may not need it right now. Put that shit in your pocket, because you're probably going to need it at some point. Anyway, I know this helped. I love you guys. Stay up, stay blessed. Deuces, and I'm out. Click it.